Hey, what's up, fam? So for this video, I want to talk about something that I read online. I don't know if this is confirmed, but it's with the kind of the layout of Eden Zero from what I read through the first chapter, um, and kind of combining the two. Someone was talking about how I don't remember if they said it was at a con or on Hiro Mishima's Twitter that he wanted to combine his series all into like the same universe. So, you know, Fairy Tail, Rave Master, Monster Soul, Monster Hunter, Storm, maybe even Starbiter, Satsuki. Put them all in. Yeah, Magician and Coco as well. Put them all in the same universe, and beforehand it'd be kind of weird because there was always that kind of thing in Fairy Tail where you wondered if Rave Master existed on the same planet, but then you wondered what contradictions exist that might make it so they don't fit in the right kind of way. You didn't see a lot of you only really saw two continents in Fairy Tail but you saw the whole world map in Rave Master, but you don't know. And maybe there's places unexplored that they don't know. And then there's a theory that Fairy Tail predates Rave Master because in Rave Master it was established that when the clock reaches X999 that it resets, and Fairy Tail starts out at in the 700s. What's the beginning? Was it 784? I think when Fairy Tail officially starts. Yeah, 7 years after 777. And then you got like the people coming up with theories about things to support that, like Jalal and Urza are the parents of, or at least the ancestors of Sieghart, something like that, or Siegling. Nope, Sieg. God, I forgot. I got them mixed up now of Siegling and then Sieghart. Yeah, Sieghart was oh my god. Whatever. I'm gonna probably get made fun of for forgetting the one from Rave Master, Sieg, and then Sieg that Jalal fake in early Fairy Tail. I'll probably get some flack for that, but whatever. Now that we have with Eden Zero and there's space travel, Hiro Mishima could do this. He could have it so everything from Fairy Tail existed on one planet. Everything in Rave Master is on another planet. You have Monster Hunter on one planet. You have Monster Soul on another planet. Starbiter Satsuki on another planet. And he could establish what could be the Mashimaverse, and kind of make it so all his series kind of intertwine and how they kind of connect to each other. And he could really do like a big ongoing like expansive universe with this. So I know he like looks at a lot of stuff like Marvel and DC, and maybe that's where he got his idea, because I don't really know if there's any series that do something like that. Maybe kind of Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon, but not the entire same. But you could kind of use those as an example. It's not the same as something like JoJo, where they're just sequels of each other. This would be like kind of like how, like I said, Marvel and DC is how you have alternate universes, but they're all connected. So you could see a version of this character meet a version of him from an alternate reality or something like that. But we could literally have, something Eden Zero that they could work up with is maybe some form of bad guy that the only way that the main character could stop them is to go collect these other heroes from other planets. He can go get Natsu, he can get Haru, he can get Aki, he can meet Shiki from Monster Hunter Storm and be like, hey, we have the same name, we look very similar. But then he could get Starbiter Satsuki. Anything like that is there's a lot of potential and a lot of ways he could explore and expand all these other storylines, and as well with it not only being able to expand his universe as a whole, but it would make it so at any point in time he could pick up one of the old ones. He could be in the middle of writing Eden Zero. He could be in one of the arcs as well as doing something for Fairy Tail, and then all of a sudden maybe they tie into Rave Master, and then all of a sudden he drops like a Rave Master short story where it's like a graphic novel, like a 150-page book of what happened in a story that what's happening in the story that ties into Rave Master and how their response to that was, and then if they could team up or something like that, where it incorporates things from the other stories and brings them together. And I think this would be a good idea as well because it would it wouldn't the fact that they're on different planets like this and they're so far away from each other is you wouldn't have to worry about things that may or may not might contradict something in another series. You could maybe like something. I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. Something like kind of like with. Oh God, this is a. I should have prepared like an example off the top of my head. I don't know, something kind of like healing magic. Like if you go with Rave Master, there's that guy who makes. This is a pretty poor example, but I mean the dude in Rave Master who was like an alchemist who made a bunch of like super healing potions. In Fairy Tail, healing magic is mostly gone, and they're like elixirs. Like I never am able to pronounce this woman's name right. The potions lady who's a member of. I think she's just an advisor of the Fairy Tail Guild. I don't remember if she's a member off the top of my head. Holy Chuskars. Her name is so hard to pronounce, but she has a kind of a similar job. But the dude from Rave Master, it was to the point where he could, when they gave Sheba a potion, it made him young again. He got to be in his prime for a short period of time. Where you have stuff like maybe that, where healing is handled differently in the two worlds. And when you say like, how can these two things exist in the same world if they have these two big gaps between how they handle something like healing, for example? Like they take place on different planets, and they that whole process that maybe differed for one and became a way for the other never happened. And then it's just how they kind of evolved to reach a certain state. And then, but then you could also have kind of like mixing of things. You could have that, maybe get like something like, they brought Makarov back at the end of Fairy Tail, and then there wasn't a real point to it. Like, that was one of the only things that kind of happened that I was like, why do this? Like, I don't get why you brought him back. But if you say had that potion that Sheba took that put him in his prime, and then, he got to be really powerful for a short period of time before he died, because the drawback is what it kills you. Is maybe Makarov gets that and then keeps it with him, and that could be like a plot point in an arc, as that could be the true finisher of Makarov, but he also gets to go out like in his prime. That's like a pure bass chant where you get to see how cool he was before he went down. Stuff like that. There's a lot of possibilities, especially with stuff that was like expanded in the side stories like Fairy Tail Zero, Fairy Tail Ice Trail, Twin Dragons of Sabretooth, Road Knight, Great Flash of Lightning, Fairy Girls, Blue Minstrel. They got so much stuff expanding out Hiro Mishima's world, and they have all these good ideas. And not only would it be good in in terms of a reader, but it could also be really beneficial at the level of a manga artist, a manga writer. And, maybe you have some guy or girl that's done only a couple small series, and they want to get into they want to get more into the big leagues. This could be a good example. You give them you say, hey, we're not doing anything right now. We have Starbiter Satsuki, who's read, if anyone who read the one shot for that, and they could have, he could be on the planet form and say, hey, we want to bring this series into the fray with, Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, Rave Master, and Monster Hunter, Monster Soul, and how all of them are kind of like intertwining with a bunch of, some big adventure that requires all these characters from different stories to meet up. But they say, hey, we want to bring Starbiter Satsuki in there. But, she doesn't have really anything to her character. They only hit a one-shot. You bring in a fresh writer, somebody who maybe only, like I said, only done a couple of short stories, a couple of short mangas, and you say, here's this. Do your best. If if they do good, awesome. If they fail, it's not something that's really held super dear to the fans, so it's not going to be a big deal. And then you could have something like, if they failed, then they're not going to be as important to the story, and maybe their planet blows up or something. But but if they're good, then not only are you going to be able to bring that into the story world, you're also going to have a writer who gained a lot of experience working into this story, especially in this overall story, while developing characters that would one day get into the overarching plot. You know what I mean? Just saying that there's a lot of potential, and it would be really cool to see all these characters kind of meet up and go on an adventure, and like Shiki and Rebecca touch down on a planet. They're like, "What the hell's going on?" But then you see like Smile and Happy meet up. There's a lot of things that could be tied together. Like Plu's going to be in there, and with the way that Plu was kind of introduced in Fairy Tail, these the stellar spirits are they exist in their own dimension. They can kind of cross dimension. Maybe that's why there's a Plu in every single Hiro Mishima series. Why is there a cat? Why is there this little blue kind of looking cat like Happy in Eden Zero? Maybe that's an exceed. Maybe it's an exceed that somehow ended up with Rebecca. Somehow ended up in this far off reaches of space. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. So I'm gonna wrap up this video. I rambled on a couple minutes longer than I wanted to, but check out my other video. I have the one and only, currently full review of Chapter 1 of Eden Zero, Hiro Mishima's new work, on my channel. It's about to hit 1,000 views. It's going to be my biggest video so far. And, show it to your friends. Show if you have any friends that like Hiro Mishima's work, Rave Master Fairy Tail, Monster Soul. Maybe they're just interested in Eden Zero. Maybe they are thinking of getting into manga. And, here's a good new series to try and pull people in. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun from what I've read and what I've seen. So, yeah, check out my other videos, like, favorite, subscribe. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna try and keep on the ball with early stuff as much as possible for not only Eden Zero, but also the Fairy Tail sequel and spin-off that are both coming out within the next couple months. And then I'm gonna try and get a couple other series roped into this. Like I want to get my Black Clover fix in this and get early chapters of that as well to kind of talk with the fans. But anyway, thank you very much. I hope you have a good weekend. It feels like nighttime for me. I've been up all day, and it's only it's just hitting the afternoon. So yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye.